Frank's Red Hot is the perfect blend of flavor and heat, so you can use an entire bottle to make recipes like buffalo chicken dip or buffalo nachos, or even things that don't start with buffalo. Frank's Red Hot, I put that on everything.
Hey, Craig.
Hey, Jeff.
Are you ready for something new?
You know, I am an open guy. And also, this was my idea, so of course I'm ready.
Of course you're ready. We got no song for this because it's a special new feature that we're doing. So since it was your idea, why don't you tell the people about it?
So I listened to a comic book movie podcast called The Weekly Planet, and a thing they do is they watch comic book movies like, you know, Captain America, Winter Soldier or whatever, and then they'll just record themselves talking over the movie. And so what I thought what we could do is take Pac-12 and 60s, the 60-minute condensed games that the Pac-12 does, and with Cougar games, and just do our commentary on the game as it's happening. And then what we can do is have you guys, when you're listening, you can find, if you have Pac-12 Network, which I assume if you're a Coug fan you do, you can go on the app, you can find the game. You can run it. If you have it on your DVR, then you'll have to fast forward a commercial, so you probably have to pause the podcast or whatever. So we'll do. So what we're going to do is today we're going to watch 2018 WSU versus Oregon, one of the all-time great days in Cougar football history.
Yeah,
Cougar football fandom history, especially.
Absolutely.
So what we'll do when I start the game, I'll let you know that I'm pressing play, so you can press play. Just
at the same time.
So what I would say, Jeff and I are going to talk for a couple minutes. Go on your phone or whatever, you know, however you broadcast it to your TV, or if you're watching it on your laptop or whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have it on Chromecast. I have it queued up. All I have to do is press play. And then when I press play, I'll let you know I'm pressing play. We'll do that. But before that, Jeff, I want to talk a little bit about obviously why we chose this game.
Yeah.
It's the college game day game.
Yeah.
It was, you know, one of the most best days of my entire life. I don't know about you.
Oh, 100%. Outside of my marriage and the birth of my kids.
You know what? It might have been better.
Standard caveats apply.
It might have been better than the birth of my child. I don't know. It was a pretty great day.
It was pretty great.
But Jeff, what I wanted to go back to is when it was announced, which was obviously the Saturday night before, a week before.
Yep.
Where were you? What were you doing? What do you remember about it?
So I remember, I watched, had watched the Cougars earlier in the day, and we had gone. Sarah and I went to a movie, and I do not remember which movie we went to. But I do remember we were in Lacey watching the movie. For some reason, we maybe been out to my dad's house, so my dad lives in Lacey. Anyway, so I had not been on my phone.
I'm going to say, didn't the Cougs have a bye?
Maybe.
I think you were watching the Cougs.
Maybe that's true. I don't remember. I just know we went to a movie that night.
Yeah.
And I remember that, there were some very minor rumblings that, maybe if things break right, they could be hosting game day the next week.
Like if Oregon beats Washington.
Right. Oh, no, now I remember what it was. Okay, so I was out at a family barbecue out in Rainier because we had watched Oregon and Washington that day. Now it's coming back to me. So I remember watching it, and of course I was cheering loudly for Oregon, and of course all the other people that were at the barbecue were giving me the side eye because they're all, Husky t-shirt fans. And so now I remember that. So we had taken our kids to my dad's house to stay the night, and then Sarah and I went to a movie in Lacey. I don't remember what we watched, but whatever. And so for however many hours I was at the movie, couple hours, I wasn't on my phone, had not really checked anything out. Well, we come out of the theater, I open it up and I look in Slack and people are going bonkers because Kirk Herbstreit had announced. And I only missed the announcement by maybe like 20 or 30 minutes, but still I had kind of missed the initial announcement. And so I found out and my first thought was, shit. Because I was supposed to go the next weekend. I was supposed to go salmon fishing with my father-in-law.
Right.
We had planned the trip for months. And I was like, shit, I can't go to game day. I have to go fishing. And then Sarah, of course, being the amazing wife that she is, was like, let me see what I can do. I'm like, I can't leave Keith high and dry. That would be so terrible. Because I can't do that to him. So of course she talked to him and worked it out and we ended up getting to go. So it was, so that's how I found out. How about you?
So I was that day I was that week I was going to San Antonio for a conference, and I had some friends who lived in San Antonio at the time. They've since moved, but so I went. I was going early to visit them, so I was flying in on Saturday. I was actually, I was feeling pretty good. I think I was like my buddy had texted me earlier in the day and like, what do you think of game day coming next week? So it's interesting. I was bringing a friend with me. Obviously I have season tickets. I was going to the Oregon game anyway. But I had a buddy of mine. I was playing it. I was like, hey, I want you to go to a game with me. He's a WSU alum. He hadn't been back in several years, and so we originally planned to go to the Utah game together, which of course was a great game, but. But he couldn't go because he had tickets to this Childish Gambino concert that ended up being canceled because Childish Gambino, who is Donald Glover, who is an actor, whatever, who it got canceled. So it was like, oh, bummer, you couldn't go. But it turned out I was like, hey, what about the Oregon game? And so long ago we had decided, the Oregon game that works out. So a few weeks before, I always book like one night on the hotel, but a few weeks before I was like, just in case, I booked an extra night at a Motel 6 or whatever. And so I'm flying to San Antonio that day. I had somehow I got upgraded first class, I remember. So I was somehow on my phone, I was able to, like, with the internet on the plane, able to stream the UW Oregon game.
Ooh.
And so it was funny, I landed and I was waiting for my bags, and actually they had I had a box of beer because it was like a beer nerd buddy that I was going to visit, and they had actually accidentally sent it to cargo, even though it had clearly had the checked baggage sticker on it. So I was waiting for that. It was taking forever. So I was just like watching the end of the game on my phone. I got really excited. I was like, all right, maybe 50-50 chance that they show up now. And so I finally meet up with my friends. It's probably it's San Antonio time. It's like dinner time at that point. We go out to dinner. I'm like, hey, just to let you know, like I might like flip out later tonight. And so I explained the whole whole thing to them. Like, okay, like here's what, like, we've been doing this flag thing forever, blah, blah, blah. Like I might cry. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm not sure how I'm going to react to this. Yeah. Like it's so, but that might happen. It might not. So whatever. So we go out to dinner. Then we go out for this. They're showing me like a couple bars in San Antonio. We're at this bar in San Antonio, and we had just gotten beers, and I just look at my phone, and I see some like people always do the the subtweets, the cryptic tweets, right. What the fuck? And then I'm like, oh my god! And so I tell me it happened. And I'm like, seriously, almost choking up. I'm like, it happened. Holy shit! They're like, oh, it did. Oh, that's awesome. And so I'm like, oh yeah. And so I was super excited. We were sitting there. I ended up my buddy, I was like, dude, we're fucking drinking tonight. Yeah. And so like I had brought all these beers to share with him. Like, we're doing that tonight. Yeah. We're drinking a lot of them. Like, I'm stoked. And so we just drank a bunch of beer, and we're up till like 4 a.m. I was so excited. And so yeah, they didn't know, but they know me really well. So they knew my obsession. And then how about like the logistics, like how it's something all these people came in, like for us season ticket holders, we're like, whatever, we had this plan forever, but like there's at least like honestly probably 20,000 30,000 people that came in that we're not planning a week before to do it. Yep. And so what about you? Like, did you have trouble? I know you have friends over there, so I don't know if that worked out. Or...
So we did. We ended up staying in the basement of our friends in their little, like, it was at the time just sort of a quasi, very low-key, non-finished basement bedroom, which was perfect. Brian Floyd, one of the OGs of Coug Center, came over with us and stayed with us. So
nice.
So that worked out. Brian? Yep. So that worked out perfect. And then as far as the game ticket went, so that was the dicier part.
That's what got expensive.
Right. Man. So what happened was, so the first thing I did was put in for a press credential because I was like, at the very least, I'll be able to. Now, a lot of people don't know this. Being in the press box is cool, but not that cool.
Well, not if it's a team you want to root for.
Right.
Definitely.
And so like I can say that because I've done it a lot. And that's not like a humble brag. That's just like sort of a reality of it. I did a lot in college because I was working for the Evergreen and whatever. You don't get to cheer. You don't get to really be a fan. You just kind of have to watch. And
unless you're in the South, it's the only
right. Then it's a little bit different, but and there's a little more wiggle room now than there used to be because there are more partisan outlets than there used to be.
Yeah, and you're technically not even supposed to wear like
a
crimson shirt.
Right. So like if you're adhering to the old school newspaper rules, no cheering, no partisan affiliation, nothing.
Right.
It's a little looser now just because there are far more outlets like ours that are affiliated specifically with fans and are run by fans and written by fans. So, so it's a little bit less. But anyway, I still was kind of like, don't really want to sit in the press box. I'd like to kind of go, well, first of all, I'd like to go bonkers during the game. Second of all, if I'm going to be in the press box, I can't exactly show up, 6 beers deep, walking in there. So I'm like, okay, so I want to enjoy the tailgate. So anyway, so I've got the press credential as a backup, but even up until a couple hours before the game, I still didn't have a ticket. We were asking around. Sarah was there with me, wanted Sarah to be able to go to the game. So we were asking around. Well, as it turned out, Scott Cresswell, another one of our writers, his wife knew somebody who was a ticketing person, whatever, had some tickets. And so we got them. I think they were, might have been $100 a piece or something like that. I mean, something expensive, but not insane.
Yeah.
And they were great. So it was, we eventually got in, and that was, I'm very, very glad that I ended up not sitting in the press box. I mean, I'm glad, I mean, the press box would have been fine. I would have just maybe done a little more writing and whatever during the game, and would have been thankful for my spot. But the whole time I was kind of, using that as a fallback option if that was necessary. So I was glad that I got to sit in the crowd. What about for you? So you and I did not watch game day together. You were back with your sister and your dad, I think, right?
Not my dad. My sister and my friend. Your
sister and your friend. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were back sort of behind us. I was with Kevin Dudley, and Floyd was with me, and Sarah was with me. So what was that like? What was that experience like for you? What was sort of some of your favorite memories from that morning?
Well, it's funny. Like a lot of the Cougs who had done the flag and they and who have been at game days, like they'll downplay it, like it's kind of boring. You're just like watching a TV show taped and you can't really hear what they're saying. But as soon as I remember, we left. We showed up about 4:30.
Yep.
And I have A-lot tickets. So we parked, and so we walked down, come around the corner. Like we had these like headlamps because we didn't know what it was gonna be like.
Right.
We come around the corner and it's just like
place is bonkers already.
Bonkers at 4:30 in the morning. Surprisingly few amount of people that were drinking.
Yeah. My buddy texted me at 4 and was like, "You better get out here." And I'm like, "What? Are you serious?"
Yeah, we got there at 4:30 and there was already probably 10 to 15,000 people there at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And 4:30. And then so we get there, like we got our whiskey and our Cokes and in our coffee. So we're like ready to go. But like there's people like, we didn't think to drink. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what school did I go to?
I couldn't even do that though. Like I was straight coffee all the way.
Oh,
like I could not. I could not do any alcohol.
We had the balance of caffeine and alcohol. But
there you go.
But anyway, so we get in there. I find my sister. It's just bonkers. Like just the buzz, the lights, the flags. Oh my God, all the flags, and it was just like.
And just the energy. The energy is what was unbelievable.
Like you just couldn't be tired. Like I think I got like an hour of sleep and I just couldn't be tired. Like because the energy of it. And then just throughout the show, I couldn't hear a word they were saying most of the time. Except when they're playing the videos and people would quiet down. Especially the Tyler from Purdue video. Like
oh my gosh.
I was pretty proud of WSU, like how raucous we were, how quiet we got for that. And but yeah, like whenever they would mention UW, just screaming and yelling, like, and then when you watch the broadcast, it's just like, like you couldn't even hear what they were saying. We were so loud, and it's just like, man, when it kicked in, and just when they would play back home, and the crowd would cheer and then sing, and like there was just it was great when Bledsoe was on that side. On that side stage, and he mentions one nice thing about Justin Herbert, and we just boo, and it was so much better of an experience than I even thought it could be.
There are few things in life that live up to what you imagine. This was one of them. I mean, virtually, this. I don't want to sound pessimistic because I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but I'm like, when you build something up in your head for so many years, as we have with Game Day, right? And you're like, what's it going to be like? What's it going to, is it really going to be as good as we imagine? This was better than what I imagined it could be.
Yep.
Which is sort of insane because that almost never happens. There's almost always some level of disappointment about some aspect, right? This was as awesome as I imagined. And just going through the whole experience of being there with so many other people and living here on the west side of the state, obviously not surrounded by other Cougs all the time. It's one of the reasons, probably somewhat like why we love going back to Pullman. It's one of the few times that we're actually surrounded by our people.
Right.
Right. And most of the time in my job, I'm surrounded by Huskies or Husky fans, family, whatever. I mentioned, the barbecue I was at. It's like, these casual Husky fans, like I'm surrounded by that. And so to be back in Pullman and be surrounded by people who are as passionate about what I'm passionate about, and also Game Day, kind of the same deal. I mean, look, there were 40,000 people in the stadium later that night, but there were 10 to 15,000 out there at Game Day. It's like, so these were like the hardcore of the hardcore fans, and these were people like me. And so I think that was the other part that made it so fun, was just like everybody that was there was just as excited to be there as I was. And that I think made for a really, just a really special experience. And it was just so unique and different. I've done a lot of really cool things, seen a lot of really cool sporting events. I went to the All-Star game at Safeco Field. I've been to Rose Bowls. I've done some really cool stuff. It's not very often you get to experience something unique. And this was definitely that. And I was really, really, really thankful that I got to go. Sarah, my wife, I am forever indebted to her for making this happen, because it wouldn't have happened without her. And at the time I was like, it's okay. I'll go fishing. It's fine. It'll be all right. And and I'm thinking, like, I really do want to be there, but I'm also like, is it really going to be that great? Like I said, I sort of have this mindset that it's not going to live up to the hype.
Right.
And like I said, it absolutely did. And I'm, again, super grateful that I got to go, because it will definitely be one of the single, when I think back, when I'm, 80 years old and on my deathbed, it will definitely be one of the singular memories of my fandom,
right,
as a sports fan. So
yeah, I definitely think so. Game Day, and then obviously the rest of the day was the game was not till 4 or 5.
Yeah, 5.
So we had a long time to wait. Definitely one of the highlights of my day was PJ Kendall, showing up.
Yeah, schlepping his way up to Brian Anderson's RV.
Yeah, as Kook Center readers would know, he lives in Germany, and he happened to be in the U.S. that week, and he just made it happen. He totally downplayed it to all of us, like he wasn't going to make it, but he did show up, and I
would have felt really bad, by the way, if I had not made it and PJ had made it all the way from Germany.
Right? Yeah,
I would have felt like a total loser.
Yeah, so that was pretty great. Yeah, I know your buddy Joe made it.
Yep, and Joe came up from California.
Yeah, and so there was a lot of Cougs. I know some people that came up from Florida on a week's notice. And it was just it was just a unique awesome. Cougar experience. Yep. But yeah, it's like, if they ever come back, it's never gonna be like the first time.
And then I don't know if you were like me, but like, at some point I was just waiting for something to go wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like something. And when the day had gone so insanely perfect, like Game Day was great, tailgating was awesome. And then I'm like, are we gonna drop a giant turd on the
oh yeah
in the game? Is this something is gonna go sideways. But of course,
so that's what brings us.
That's what brings us to the game.
Should we take a break, or should we wait for halftime?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break right here. Sorry, you're going to have to listen to an ad.
And then we'll start the game.
Then we'll start the game.
And we're back.
We're back. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have it queued up on the Pac-12 app. I have it Chromecasted. Jeff and I are going to watch it and so this is the Pac-12 Network's official Pac-12 and 60 stream, Football and 60 stream.
So it cuts out all the commercials.
So it cuts out all the commercials. That's why we chose it. So if you're watching and there's commercials, you probably want to pause the podcast whenever they come up. We'll do periodic updates of where we are, time and score, all that. But I am going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. Pac-12 video on demand.
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun.
So iconic.
I know.
The Pac-12 network. This is definitely the best thing that they've done with the Pac-12 network is the Pac-12's talk. Oh, this was the game of the week.
Definitely. Tim
Brando.
Hell yeah, it was a game
They
of the
actually
week.
do a lot of they do more of the intro on this one than usual. I think because it's Tim Brando.
Yeah, I think part of it is too. They sort of the setting.
The scene, yeah.
You know, you get to see the scene. You know, the packed crowd. Just sort of all the energy. They really want to play that up. And if I remember right, I guess we'll see when we get to the end. But if I remember right, they show a little bit of the post-game scene as well.
Yeah,
so.
they do on this 60. The funny thing is that Brando's referencing, he's referencing game day throughout the show, but Fox clearly doesn't want him to
talk about
game day. So he's just like, this is a big day, and the fans have been here since 4 in the morning.
Yeah, they've just been hanging out. Yeah. It was pretty funny. They just showed a little graphic that said Justin Herbert, how good he's been on the road in Pac-12 play. So
yeah,
that was pretty funny. Yeah.
Man, this is this crowd was so high before. The only recent crowd that this was better than that, but it was the only recent crowd that compares was the USC Friday night game.
Yep, I was at that one too.
But yeah, this was the stadium was buzzing. People showed up early enough to where half an hour before the game, the stadium was pretty full, which is not typical of WSU at all. This is pretty good. I love watching the set the scene, we're the underdogs here. It turned out we were the better team easily.
Yeah,
but
by quite a bit.
We're wearing the anthracites, which
anthracite.
those are our big home game unis now. Non-Apple Cup, but So here we go.
All right, we got the ball first.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. We kind of come out. Yeah, Harris is returning it. Nice little return to start the game out to the 40. But we come out pretty hot, and we'll get to it. It's the nice thing about football in 60 is it moves along real quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, here we go. Nice, just a little 3-yarder to start. Oregon's clearly letting that happen. But obviously their defense wasn't good enough to execute,
No.
particularly in the first half.
No, not really.
So, they're saying find the matchup quickly. So that's every air raid game ever.
Every snap
Ducks
of
defense
every
move to
air
pressure.
raid game.
Yes, so every game. Yes, you should always want to pressure the quarterback. You should always want to find your best matchup.
Yeah. Good luck, though.
Yeah, good luck. Here we go. Yeah.
That's right.
Patman.
Little post action. Minshew to Patman.
That's an air raid.
Patman
staple.
just beasting people. Can't be tackled.
By this point, I think it was the USC game when Patman really came up, and by this point he's probably our best receiver. Booby. Booby, we miss you. Booby.
Miss him already.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Booby's going to show out in a little bit. I'm sure that everyone listening to this and listening to a commentary has watched this game 100 times like we have. Oh, man, Tay Martin started so hot. It'll be interesting to see next season what we get from him, because he really he could be taken out of games, but this one in particular, he didn't really do much.
Yeah, so I actually talked with Steve Spurrier Jr. about Tay Martin, and one thing he said was that
nice third down conversion here.
Was that the coaching staff wasn't quite as down on his season as maybe some of the fans were, just because he played so many snaps. He sort of talked about how he had spent so much time on the field until Calvin Jackson kind of came along. So, but one of the things I love about this first drive is really sort of classic Mike Leach. First drive, they're kind of poking and prodding at different parts of the defense to see what's soft.
Yeah, and it's funny how it ends. Like I think we all know how it's gonna end, but
yeah.
It's just I'll talk about it in a sec. But like just how the crowd's still hyped, even though this drive isn't. I mean, if they get a touchdown on this drive, if they get a touchdown on this drive, it's crazy. So another third down conversion, 2 in a row.
Yep, we're knocking over a referee.
Yep. Yeah. They're part of the mesh too.
That's right.
But yeah, so we're deep now. We're deep. It looks like everything's going well. I don't think that screen to Tay worked once the entire year, honestly, but not to where they wanted it to. Well covered.
Near interception.
Yeah, that was well covered, but here we go.
Yeah, this is where it turns out bad.
Yeah. Oregon's helmets, man. I don't is silver one of their colors? I don't understand.
But Oregon clearly had a strategy to bring a lot of pressure, though.
So this was like pretty much like Minshew. The mistakes he made were usually in this.
Damn, I didn't realize how close he was to fumbling that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He damn near fumbled it back to us.
But Minshew, yeah, like he was so good at avoiding sacks, but I think a lot of his picks were in that. Like I think about his first game in Wyoming, he threw a pick to avoid a sack. So he did it there, like because I think he had a little more time than he thought he did. And he definitely had a crosser that was going to score a touchdown here.
Yeah,
like he was.
If he could get it to him.
Yeah, I think it was Tay. I think if he could get it to him, he's gone. But I think he probably had a tenth of a second longer than he thought he did, and he kind of threw off his back foot, threw it behind him.
Yep.
But you know what? The crowd just like got so loud, like it did.
That's right. We were like
unencumbered.
Yep.
And then this just. Oregon was not ready for this.
Nope.
Justin Herbert was not ready for this.
Dropped the first snap.
Fumbles the first snap right away. Like, look at the nerve. He just looks nervous. Like, just oh man, and fuck this. And fucking
safety time.
This is where we learn. This is where we learn about a rule that I did not know existed.
We learn about Pac-12 referees.
We learn about something that can be converted to a false start. So
right.
So it was an illegal motion that was converted to false start. Took away a safety.
Right, because that seems legit.
Yeah, why is this a rule? And so our crowd is just losing their goddamn minds. And Martin can get loud, especially with the fob now.
No, that's the thing with the new, we say new. It's not like it's new now, but with the football building and then with the press box and the club seats, like it holds in a lot of sound. It's basically like a wall that the sound just reverberates off of. Yeah,
and they're at that end, and they're just like they were not ready for this. They did. They're like, oh, little Martin Stadium. It doesn't matter.
Another you got start?
Another false start. So they have 2 false starts, 2 fumbled snaps.
Didn't they convert this one to a penalty against us?
Yes, this is.
That's right. This was the simulating the snap.
Yeah,
this was the referees.
Like, look at this.
All the referees being in the bag.
We shifted to the right.
That's right.
Or no, this is they're going back to the fumble.
This is the referees being in the bag for Oregon.
Yeah, of course they are.
Don't care.
They're the number 12 team. They're looking to get into the college football playoff. Us little number 25 barely squeaked in. So yeah, that ended up being on us, but whatever. Nice hit. Showing Oregon we're here to play. And then, another false start. So this was probably the loudest I've ever heard on a first drive
Called
for
it on
Martin
the Cougs
Stadium.
Again.
No,
that was the delayed game. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. False. That's right. They were look at him. He's just like, what the fuck is going on? I don't even know.
I can't hear anything. I'm very confused.
Coach,
help me.
Oh,
it's pretty funny. Oh, Oregon, of course, we got the Oregon strength coach running up and down the sidelines with his handlebar mustache.
Oh, my God. I don't know how you could look any douchier, honestly. But
well, and the funny part is when you're a strength coach, you're not allowed to actually coach during a game.
We just yell.
So you are left to just sort of run up and down the sidelines and yell at people, which I guess that's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Damn
near
block the punt.
Yeah. Nice punt.
Travell Harris.
Yeah, what a weapon he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he can do on returns this year.
A Seahawks blanket on brand.
Come on, Cougar fan.
All right, so we're going to break. If you went to commercial, you're gonna have to fast forward and pause. So we're
drive
starting
number 2.
Drive number 2, 7:20 left.
Max Borghi
running people
some
over.
people
It's
over.
what he does. It's what he does.
I'm
This is
excited
when
for
the
more of
game
that
really
this year.
starts to get fun. This is when
Yeah.
the fun happens.
Well, I mean, you could see that we were, in the previous drive, you could see that they didn't really have
they didn't have anything.
a lot of
for us.
answers for what we were doing.
Here's Max again.
Because, I mean, as you know, a lot of times we start kind of slowly, and,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is Mike Leach kind of poking around to see what works, and so maybe this works, maybe that works, whatever. They were having a lot of success right off the bat, which is usually a really, really good sign.
Oh yeah,
If they're having some
they
success.
saw something in tape already.
Yep.
Yeah,
And they're trying a bunch of different things, and
then
all of
they're
it's
all
working. Yeah. So the only thing that stopped it was the interception,
and some pressure at Oregon got to him,
Yep.
and because honestly they had open guy on
Yep.
that too. They had a touchdown on that. Just
so another third down conversion here, swing
Yep.
pass to Booby out of the backfield. That was so money all year.
oh yeah, that's one thing that Booby was excellent at.
Big
and
gulp.
here it is, the big
Here
goal.
comes Big Gulp.
What a fucking run! Jesus,
Let's
1,
see,
2,
number 3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
7, 8.
Yep,
What a fucking run! He is there, Booby.
that's right.
Oh my god! The best thing about these replays is that we had Brando on the call and
I
not
know.
some Ted Robinson or something. Just like
Well, and it's so funny. Like we a lot of times think like, oh, the announcers are against us or biased for the other team. Like I say without reservation that Brando was kind of on our side in this game.
oh, Brando wanted the party.
It was hilarious.
like
he
Brando
was all
wanted
over it.
everything to
Yeah.
happen for us. Yeah, like
And then we got Cristobal here begging for an illegal formation penalty or something.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, here we get the.
Chazanow.
We get Chaz's call. It's funny, you knew when he broke away. You're like, holy shit!
And by the way, can I get a shout out for the block at the end from Aesop Winston?
Oh yeah,
because he's the one who springs him. So, right about here,
Right
look at
there,
that
yeah.
block. That's what seals the edge and allows him to get to the pylon.
makes that just
Yeah.
a legendary WSU play.
It's awesome.
It's funny, because the play didn't work. It
no,
didn't work.
No, it really didn't work. That play didn't work for shit.
to get to that
all year.
to get to that Winston block,
I'm sorry if
Booby
the
had
person,
to break 4 tackles.
I'm sorry if the person who invented Big Gulp listens to our podcast, but man, that did not work much.
Yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
Darian Moulton penalty.
Yeah,
we're used to those.
This is a week. This was a weak call. In his defense, he got picked on quite a bit.
But it turned out that was sort of Oregon's strategy, was to isolate guys deep and then hope for a flag.
Yeah.
But as it turned out,
there's Jalen.
As it turned out, they couldn't really execute that very well.
Jalen has a good game this game.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he was huge, right there in coverage. And there's Jihad Woods,
Peyton
filling up the middle. Yeah, this is. I mean, God, at this point, you're just thinking, let's just get a stop, maybe a score. We can get some early momentum going, and
they sort of realized early on if they get some pressure on Herbert, he's not going to make accurate throws.
Yeah, I think by the end of the year, we realized that Herbert wasn't
probably as good as
we thought. He has some moments in this game where he looks phenomenal, but
he does.
This first half, they're definitely in his head. They're in his head.
Yep.
Nice move by Tay right there. We got a lot of shifty receivers this year, and we're going to have them next year too. It's just shiftiness, and it's very helpful when you're putting guys in space. We got the shovel.
Shovel pass.
Nice move. I'm going to miss Booby.
That was one of 3 times all year that play worked last year.
I'm just going to miss Booby leaving guys' as jock straps on the ground. Because pretty much every time he touched the ball, someone's jock strap was coming in. And then Max just runs people over.
Yeah, I mean, that's with
Although he does leave someone's jock strap.
With a lesser running back, that's probably a 3-yard gain. Mm-hmm. And he makes one guy miss and puts his shoulder down. All of a sudden, it's a 7-yard gain. I mean, that's...
And there he is right there. He breaks a tackle.
And that's
gets that extra 2 yards that he needed.
I mean, that's really the difference between the guys we had when Mike Leach took over, which is you throw the ball to them in space and it's a 3-yard gain, versus the guys we have right now.
That was a good hit on Patman there.
Yeah, you throw the ball to them and let them do something. They take a 3-yard gain, turn into a 6-7-yard gain. I mean, that's a huge difference.
Do you see that average gained on first down? They just showed it was WSU 7, Oregon 3.5.
Minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5. Oh, Keith Harrington showing up.
Yeah, Keith Harrington sighting.
Yeah.
All right, so end of first quarter.
End of first quarter, they're taking a break. So you probably, if you're watching on DVR, you pause.
But, we're up by a touchdown. And
yeah, we're back.
Feeling
Start of second quarter. Yeah, I was feeling good. I mean, I was feeling good because I was somewhat drunk at this point.
Pretty drunk.
Although probably sobering up. I wasn't drinking during the game until the end, which I'll talk about later. But,
that is a pretty good story.
So somewhere around this point, it turned out like my college roommate from freshman year in Duncan Dunn was like 2 rows behind us, and he was in the fraternity with my friend that I was with, so we both knew him. So we had decided to go to their tailgate at halftime at this point. Like we were texting each other.
Yeah.
But it was so loud, like we couldn't even talk to each other 2 rows apart. Yeah, there was classic Booby probably doing a juke that he kind of
didn't need to
didn't need to do. Just got to hit that hole, and he probably gets a few more yards. Oh man. Just a little bit farther.
Yep, if he had thrown it maybe 2 feet farther.
That's a beautiful play. Just
a little wheel route from the inside.
Yeah, wheel routes are
to Travell Harris.
God.
Yeah,
I love wheel routes. Yeah,
Patman's just killing people.
Just crushing third down, except for that interception. They're just crushing third down, like third and longs, like nothing. Oregon did a good job there. But yeah, like I can't remember which touchdown this is. Oh, this one. Yeah, the review one.
Renard Bell.
Yeah, I remember watching live. You're like, that looks like a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
Like, how is that not a touchdown? Oh, Pac-12
and he
refs.
missed it by a whole damn yard, too.
I know. Like, yeah, they put it back
the
on the
amazing
one.
Thing. It's not like
look at
like it wasn't even really all that close.
Yeah, I mean,
like on no planet is that on the 1 yard line. Yeah. Like it's like you could see like a number of different results. You're like, okay, so maybe it's like on the 1 inch line if he thought it went across as his foot hit out of bounds or something. Like there's no planet on which you should be able to watch that and think that's on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it's just
whatever. By the way, Renard Bell, if you were making a list of guys that you'd want to invite to a party,
this is one of our famous botched snaps for extra points. That's why it's only 13.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but they don't show on.
They didn't show it.
But yeah.
But Renard Bell looks like a lot of fun. I just got to say that.
I follow him on Twitter.
He looks like he'd be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Peeler shutting
13-0
down. It's 13-0.
About 12 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah. It's starting out pretty well. Oh man, if Herbert throws that on the money, he is gone.
Another bad Herbert.
I remember watching that live and be like, holy shit, that as soon as he saw him break free, it's like, oh, that's a touchdown.
More pressure.
But look at I love this sack, the way he just grabs him. He goes, Fave. So nice you have to say it twice. Fucking Brando, great call right here. I've watched this game a few times. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Got a little sprinkler action.
Yeah.
Darn,
that was a great sack too. He just grabbed him, and threw him down. Like,
well, it really was fascinating though that they thought that their best shot at getting to Oregon was to bring pressure. They brought extra numbers a whole bunch of times, particularly in third and long, second and long situations. And then Oregon thought their best bet was to throw deep, which just kind of
worked out really well for us.
It worked out really well for us, right? Because they had these really slow developing plays, and they, if you remember, they had a bunch of injuries on their offensive line.
Yep.
They couldn't protect him, So I don't remember, in the second half if they really changed the strategy a lot, again. But they might have. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to think about as we're watching it.
That swing pass to Booby on third down again.
Money again.
Yeah.
Inside handoff.
I think this is the drive when Max just makes Jermaine Dye cry.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's how this one ends.
Yeah, what up? Sorry, my daughter is watching the game too, and she's mad about something. Hey, watch the Cougs.
Go Cougs, B.
Go Cougs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Easy pickup, third down. I'm surprised that Max didn't break out of that one. We're not going to read a book for...
Not right now, B.
Give me in half
Shovel
an hour.
pass. That one didn't really work.
Not that time, yeah. First and 5. That's a good time to bust that out. Because they probably think you're going to run. That was a good... See, Dye got him there. And he's like, all right, I got you. You can't, because he's definitely, he's one of the better tacklers in the country.
Yep.
Oh, nice. There's Sweet.
Kyle Sweet did a thing.
Yeah, that's his second third down.
That was the thing about this. Like, it just was Oregon has no answers, man.
Here it is. Here it is.
Max Borghi.
Oh, no, this is not the one. This is not the one. Oh, maybe I got my touchdowns mixed up.
Yeah,
maybe it's the next one. Oh, no, this is... what is this one? Yeah, this is great coming on Terry. Yeah, you can just hear the anxiety in the crowd. Just like we just want this to go well.
Yeah.
Don't ruin my perfect day.
Right.
Oh, this,
Aesop,
yeah.
right.
Oh, my God. This is clinical.
He just torches him.
Aesop Winston from 10-yard and in.
No, he's the best. He's the best receiver not named J.J. Arcega-Whiteside from that distance.
Well, yeah, because he's not fast like breakaway speed, but he just gets off the line.
No, you can't press him.
Like, he makes the fade a viable thing.
Yeah, you can't press him.
And we got him another year. Hopefully, whoever, Gabrut or whoever is as good as throwing in that. Okay, we're taking a break. It's 20-0. We're midway through the second quarter. We're probably thinking, actually, we're almost to the end.
Yeah, this game's going to end like 50-0.
If we go halftime 20-0, that's pretty good because I think there's not much time left at this point. Like maybe 4 minutes left. Oh, yeah. Oregon's like, come on. We're Oregon.
We're fucking Oregon.
We should win.
We should be winning this game.
We have these chrome helmets.
Who the fuck is Washington State anyway?
Look at our shiny numbers. We can't lose with these.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're getting torched.
Also, like that pristine blue sky, the weather just...
Oh, it was like everything about the day was...
Yeah, there's 3 minutes left. Oh, by the way, we're going to score another touchdown this half.
If you were pitching this to Hollywood, they'd be like, no, I'm sorry, not realistic enough.
Yeah. It's funny that the last time we thought game day was coming was that Stanford game in 2015.
And it rained.
And it rained the whole time. That would have been like an awful day.
Terrible.
And it was a 7:30 start, I think. And I remember being out tailgating all day in that, but like I don't know how 4 a.m. would have went. Yeah, this is pretty funny. We're scoring another touchdown before half here. I know Oregon has the ball and there's only 2 minutes left.
Yep.
But was that Tago?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
Second and long, more pressure.
Almost picked.
Incomplete.
You're a little better.
Darian Moulton did a thing.
He did a thing.
He's very excited.
Clap. Woo! Oh,
ref's got to get in the way. Oh, don't get too excited.
Yeah, don't get too excited about football.
Delayed pressure. Another bad throw.
Yep. Dylan's just like, what are you doing, man?
Marcus Strong looking good.
Marcus Strong, yeah.
And a punt.
Bounces back. We're lucky. This is super close to touching one of our guys.
Yeah.
That could have been a very different thing.
All right, 2 minutes to go. No problem. 2 minutes and 50 yards to go. Oh, we move ahead to further
I know.
action.
I hate that. I've watched this so many times. Like, what? Yeah.
Wait a minute. What happened?
Yeah, we moved about 30 yards, and apparently that wasn't worth showing. I don't know.
Apparently that minute was not all that useful.
That's when they show the lead up in the end. They had to cut out. Yeah. Maybe cut out Oregon's drive.
Here
3 and out.
Borghi
Here goes.
Killing him. See ya. Peace out.
Just.
Dude didn't even get a hand on
his
him.
Life.
He just annihilated him.
Oh,
poor
we get
guy.
the Chaz call on this one too. Just annihilated his life.
Oh wait, he did get his left hand on him.
One of the best linebackers in
supposedly,
football,
right?
Supposedly, just
our true freshman.
Yeah, our 18-year-old running back from Colorado, 3-star running back. Just
peace out. Just get off me. Love it. God, it just like when I watch those plays, it gets me so excited for this year.
Oh yeah,
because I'm like, he's gonna be better, and he's gonna get
the ball more.
He's gonna get almost all the touches.
Oh, this is a tire fire of a last 40 seconds here. This is I think Oregon was had 10 yards before that pass. I remember. Yeah. Actually, I think I was heading out of the stadium at this point, going to the tailgate, so I didn't see the Hail Mary that's coming here. I mean, there's no spoilers here. If you're listening to this, you've seen the game.
You've probably seen it.
Oh, so close. Almost had that backside
Almost had the strip sack.
Yeah.
7 seconds.
You know, if we would have got that strip sack, they would have Hail Married and we would have scored a touchdown.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
just
this
how it was
definitely
going.
should have been a touchdown.
Should have been.
Right in his hands.
You just dropped it.
It's our day.
It's our day.
So this halftime, I was running out and going. I was drunk and running out to my friend's tailgate and just like screaming and yelling to everyone, "What is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?" All right. The beauty of 60 minutes, you don't have to.
That's right. We get to
through.
go around. But I mean, talk about halftime because what happens here, we don't really care.
Yeah, we actually don't care for the next
like the
quarter.
Yeah, quarter.
A quarter and a half.
So what was halftime like?
So halftime, I go out. They're in lot 1. They have a great. We're just like catching up, reminiscing, having beers. It was great. Taking shots. We were actually the game had already I was still in the tailgate at this point. We didn't even go back until we saw them score the touchdown to make it 27-7. But it was a great time, man. It was talking to some a handful of friends that I haven't probably had a good night with since college. And we were just having a good time, and it was just one of those days that it was like that. You just saw so many because there's so many people in Pullman that you just kind of you just would see people that you don't see very often.
Right.
Oh man, dude, did I forget to grab my sidecar beer from the fridge?
You might have.
All right. Well, you got to carry this next.
I got some talking to do while you walk to the refrigerator. Yeah, I mean, I was a little irritated by how quickly Oregon kind of got down the field on this first drive. Mostly just because you feel like you've got all the momentum, Craig. I'm not a big momentum guy. We may have talked about this on the podcast before, but just kind of seeing Oregon do some different things and go right down the field was disappointing. It wasn't totally unexpected. You can't, it's tough to dominate an entire half in the way that we did, and not, the other team's full of good coaches and smart guys too. So, it's not totally surprising they figured out a few wrinkles that would, kind of cause us some problems. But I was a little disappointed with the ease with which they went down the field. To score in 3 minutes was perhaps not exactly what you're looking for. Plus,
some butts were clinching.
Yeah, getting a fourth down. I mean, I don't know. Was your butt already clinching? Mine was not.
Mine was not.
I was just sort of like,
there were
wish
people
that they
around
would have had
me,
to work
though.
for this.
I mean, it's as a Coug fan, if one bad thing happens,
right,
you just
and then
assume.
Of course, this, we're losing yards on the first play.
It's the third quarter.
The third quarter.
I think I think against Division I, or against non-FCS opponents, I think at this point we had not scored a touchdown in the third quarter at home. And I don't think we do. I think we just score one in the Apple Cup. Yeah. And that's maybe because we not even the Arizona 69-point game, we didn't score in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find this really quick.
Dude.
So while you're talking.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I mean 3 and out. We could not less than 50 seconds come off the clock.
3 minutes for Oregon to score, 1 minute for us to give it back, and then now we've got the big punt return.
Yeah,
this is the point at which I'm going. I mean, I'm not worried, but I'm kind of like,
maybe not.
This is not what I would have wanted.
Yeah, this is When we got it. We got a good play there, but they got the ball at the 50. So it's there's concern to be had.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for screwing that up. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably when they get this touchdown on this drive, and then you're like, there's a lot of time left. There is a lot of time left. That 27-point lead is going to be 13, and here we got another fourth down. I mean, they were going quick. I mean, it's part of the Oregon. They're going quick, but we're making them get fourth downs.
And they went away from the deep, slow developing plays to much more quick hitters to where the pressure couldn't get to Herbert quite the way it was earlier.
Yeah. I mean, there's a point of fatigue at some point, and and also when they're hitting running plays like that, it's harder to just go at the quarterback. And oh wait, is this one of the ones where we stop them on fourth down? Don't we do that a couple times?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
I've sort of blocked out the third quarter.
Yeah. I don't know. Usually when I watch this, I just fast forward through this part. So Pac-12 and 60 becomes like Pac-12 and 45.
Here's what I can tell you about the third quarter. All right, so offensively, now here's the thing. So this CFB stats site does not really it's harder to find like situational stats.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, this is where they get the field goal.
That's right, they get the field goal.
Yeah.
It's hard to find situational stats for overall offense, but I did find passing offense. So our passing offense in the third quarter threw for 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions all year. In the entire third quarter all year.
Yeah, 13 games.
Yeah, also had only 137 passing attempts as opposed to 183, 203, and 154 for the first, second, and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So just not moving the ball. Passer rating in the first quarter is 141. In the second quarter, 146. In the third quarter, 125. And then the fourth quarter, 173. So it's like third quarter was such a disaster. And then on defense, let's see. Passing stats on defense, gave up 7 touchdowns, which is the most of any quarter. Let's see. What about rushing? Third quarter. Yeah, I gave up. Yeah, the rushing stats don't look that bad. But anyway. Yeah, third quarter. That was not a good pass.
Not a good pass. Also, not a great fight from Tay there.
Nope.
He kind of got bodied by the corner. Now you're firmly clenched. You are firmly clenched at this point.
I'm still only semi-clenched.
I mean, luckily in this run that Oregon has, there's 2 times where they stop him in the red zone for a field goal. So
yeah.
Looking back, like this could have been much worse.
Could have been.
I would have hoped that our offense would have come alive a little bit earlier if they were. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's waiting for a penalty.
And he gets it. I mean, I would expect Dylan Mitchell to
more misdirection
leave
here from Herbert.
Yeah, this is
so
more.
This was the stretch. Yeah, this was the stretch where Herbert starts throwing some dimes, and they start making some ridiculous catches.
I don't think vertical balls are his forte, but these, on the move, when he can throw it a little flatter.
There's a big vertical pass, and he can't hit that one.
Yeah, if he's throwing a more flat ball, side to side. Stuff that's more of his game. Like it's kind of. I mean, obviously, Oregon saw our weakness at corner was our biggest weakness.
Yeah, they could attack us deep.
Yeah,
and that turned out to be a really stupid strategy.
Yeah, that got him down 27-0.
Yep. The funny thing was that they didn't go away from it earlier in the first half.
Yeah, they really didn't.
And then you got Herbert. Now he's running a little bit.
Well, he feels it's the desperation. It's like
right. I mean, they've got, no more. They can just, cut it loose and let it go.
Yeah. Like it. Well, you got to take risks at this point, Like when you start out a half 20 down 27-0. Yep. That's a basketball, kid.
Good job.
We're watching football. You go score a basket. Yeah. Go score a basket. All right. So here we got big third down. I think they pick it up pretty easily.
Out the pocket.
Oh no, that was a hell of a throw though.
Yep.
Right there. That's guy in his face, sidearm.
And I also wonder, by the way, how much of this. I mean, someone who's a little better versed in defensive strategy, might be able to tell me better. But I also wonder a little bit how much of this is just strategic on our part to say, okay, we're not letting them beat us over the top. We're going to keep them in front. We're going to make them. See, that was just, Jalen Thompson getting turned around and whatever.
Yeah, good thing you're leaving. No,
I know.
Just kidding.
No, but it's like I just wonder how much of it was strategy on our part to make it, make them go a little more side to side, stay in front, a little bit more of the Alex Grinch style defense where you'll give up some yards as long as you're rallying.
Of course, when you're doing that, you're hoping you're not giving up. You're not going 3 and out on offense and giving up 17 points in a quarter.
Piece. Yes.
Yeah,
that's the other piece. But this was the point where I got clenched.
Yeah.
Okay, we're down. We're up.
It's a 10-point game going into the fourth, basically.
Going into the fourth. People come back from 10-point deficits all the time. The offense has been totally inept. So I'm feeling okay, but I'm not feeling great at this point,
Yeah,
I'm wanting something good to happen.
Yeah. but we're gonna have to wait for that.
Yeah.
I mean, this starts out good,
But it does, a
You're
little
feeling
15, 10-yard pickup there on second down.
Yeah, so
Move
it's
the ball a little bit. Well, and that was the thing. Like, we just didn't move the ball at all.
No, yeah,
in the
that
third
was
quarter. Like,
that's how,
it was.
that's how Oregon was able to just, one after another.
I mean, it's tough for Oregon to score if they don't have the ball, but it's a lot easier to score if they have the ball all the time.
Yeah, if your defense is nice
Borgie
hit.
again.
Borgie, whatever. You
He's
smacked
like,
me. I don't care. Barely even fell
Don't
down.
care. Hit me as hard as you want. Tipped,
this is
but a conversion.
This is a weird review, I think. Like, they call it a third down. They call it incomplete, and then I think they review it, and it's complete in first down.
Yes, he did. Renard Bell. You go, buddy. First down. Suck on it, Oregon.
I like those double birds. They didn't edit those out.
No.
Edit those out of the. But they actually
They even put it on the football in 60.
They didn't have to put that into. Oh man, whew, that could have been bad. But yeah, it's like this is looking like a good drive, but I just know it doesn't end in points.
Yeah.
So I know something's going to happen.
But at the very least, now we're holding on to the ball a little bit.
Actually,
again, Oregon can't score if they don't have the ball, right?
Yep.
Oh, he looks very happy.
Yeah. I'm surprised they punted here. I think they took a delay of game and then punted. Like, that's a very, they had 4th and 3 in the plus, and they punted. I remember being very angry about that in the stadium. Like, I was pissed.
Like, we should just go for it.
Yeah. I mean, because it didn't work out. I mean, they get the ball in the 20 anyway, Yeah. All's well that ends well, I guess. Yep. But it's a surprise.
But it continues a trend the last few years of Leach not being as aggressive on fourth down.
Well, and also in bigger games, it seems like he doesn't go, especially at home. Like, he doesn't go.
That was such OPI. I remember yelling for that in the stadium.
Yeah.
He just literally 2-hand shoved Strong off of him. Dillon, token white receiver.
That's a hell of a tackle.
Hunter Dale, we're going to miss him.
Yeah, we're definitely going to miss him. Yeah, that was a great tackle. These recent WSU defenses have been very good tackling defenses.
Yep.
And, hopefully Skylar Thomas, whoever plays the nickel corner, which is a very important position.
It's been a position of strength the last 3 years.
Yep.
Between Hunter Dale and Shalom Luani.
Yep. So he's got big shoes, Phil.
Big shoes. Big dang shoes.
Big dang shoes. Yeah. Yeah, there they go on vertical again. But that was a quick vertical. That wasn't a double move. I think it was just a straight up.
This is the point at which you start feeling like, okay, it's getting a little harder for Oregon. It's not quite as, they're not biting off chunks. It's not, the rhythm's not quite as snappy.
They're having to go to
feels
third
like
down
maybe we
time.
Figured some things out a little bit, making life a little more difficult.
That's PI, right? Yeah. No?
It was not. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Skylar Thomas.
All over you. But in a good way. 4th and 2.
How did they pick this one up? Just an easy.
Right in front of Darian Moulton.
Yeah, he's given.
That's weird.
It's a little too much space on 4th and 2. But okay.
But again, like I said, it felt like a little bit of, let's give them some space. Let's rally. Let's tackle. Let's make them.
This 4th down. We can get them on the next.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, that's.
This drive is coming up on 5 minutes long, and the ones before this were like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that dude doing that first, there was so much the cockiness of this first down signal.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man.
It's a hell of a throw and a catch. I mean, Strong was in good position to knock it away, and Herbert put it right in the one spot where Strong couldn't get his hand.
Yep. Yeah, this is hey, I know they don't get a touchdown here because they end on 20 points.
Because they end the game with 20 points.
It's still stressful, though.
It is. It is a little bit.
I've watched
even
this
though
game,
we know how it ends.
I've watched this game so many times. It's still like I'm stressed right now. Like, because right now you're thinking, you're like, I've had a perfect day.
I know.
You're
like, shit.
You know, like, I didn't take a nap. I'd been up since like 3:30 in the morning.
Jahad Woods just put the wood on.
And we're all,
Herbert.
I think everyone in the stadium's thinking the same thing. Like, don't ruin our perfect day.
Yeah, like, don't give up a touchdown.
Don't give up a touchdown. Nice. Man, almost picked. It'll get there's
Skylar Thomas.
Skylar
Thomas again. Good job, buddy.
Showing his nickel corner
well
skills
done.
there. Yeah. So.
And then we've got Cristobal. We're down by 10. Let's go for the field goal with 7 minutes to go. Mr. Conservative over there. Thank you for being so conservative.
Yeah, we're on the 5-yard line.
This is where, see, if you're Cristobal right here, don't you have to like go, okay, what's my best fourth down play?
Yeah.
Like, I got to get into the end zone here.
So right before this drive, I yell out, "We've been up since 3:30 in the fucking morning. Score a fucking touchdown!" And I made all the people around me laughed. It was like, is this like you're like, don't fucking blow this.
Yeah,
I've been up like
all we need is one more touchdown.
All we need is in this play.
Travell Harris.
Oh my god!
Goes up and takes the ball.
I'm pretty sure they teach that. Like, you've seen our guys on defense and offense do this kind of roll off to rip balls out.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a thing our coaches teach, and it works. Like, 'cause look at him, he's doing that. He's doing this roll.
He's got the arm underneath it, does that roll to get it away.
And like, I've seen Jahad Woods do this, and Pelluer and everything.
Yep.
Like, it's definitely a thing that the coaches teach everyone to do, and it worked because they might have called the pick, honestly, if they come down together.
Yeah.
But I think that what took it out of their minds is the fact that he came down with the ball.
Yep.
Like, and so he does that roll. And boom, we're I mean, the sigh of relief in the crowd when they hit that.
Is it Dez time?
No.
Not yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. I think we're going to pick up a fourth down before this. Travell Harris is going to pick up a fourth down here.
That's right.
And then the very next play is Dez time, which is one of the loudest screeches I've ever heard. Right here. Fourth down, no problem. We got it. We got this, guys. That wasn't tense at all.
Yeah.
What? No, it doesn't
Travell
matter.
Harris just coming up money on this.
Oh,
drive.
yeah. So much. Yeah. Just two huge
This
plays.
is the point in the crowd, like, you can feel like, okay, we got this. We got this.
Here it is. Look at this. What a throw. Just
what a
right
throw,
in the money.
What a catch.
Patman,
and then the place just goes bonkers.
And Desmond Patman, party on. What a call. What does Chaz say? Yeah, it's okay.
The Palouse is going to pop.
I like Desmond Patman, party on.
Yeah.
That's the best. But yeah, man, what a moment. Like,
yeah, because all of that tension that's been building for like the last, hour and a half just releases because we're like, okay, it's done. Yeah. It's done. This is over.
It's funny, like, my buddy was still just not convinced, and I'm like, no, we're not blowing this. No. This is not going to happen.
Well, that's why, if I know hindsight's 20/20, but like, if you're Cristobal, like, why are you kicking that field goal?
Yeah, because you're playing an offense that it's not going to be dormant forever.
All they got to do is come down and score one touchdown, and you're back
honestly,
down.
we just needed a field goal, and like, it would have been over essentially. But like,
I mean, I know either way you're still down by 2 scores, but it's like, wouldn't you rather be down by 10 points than 4? Anyway,
with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, with 3
minutes.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Like, especially like if you're looking at, you're already down close to scoring a touchdown. Go for the touchdown when you're there, because the next time you're going to get the ball, you're going to be, 60, 70 yards away.
Right.
So you kind of got to go for the opportunity when it's there, and they never get that close again. Like, so,
Nope. I mean, it's not like you were, at the 25-yard line and it was 4th and 4.
That was a clutch drop right there. Oh, he's so sad.
Sad Oregon player.
Yeah, so sad.
We rushed 2 guys on this play.
Yeah. Oh, Jalen.
Jalen dropped it.
Oh, man, he could have ran too. Man. That would have been fun to get pick
and
six.
there we rushed 3 on this one.
And then we
with
get a
spy
sack.
And
get
get
a
the
sack.
sack.
Yep.
Totally changed up our strategy there.
Is that Willie Rogers?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, that was big. Man.
And you're just like,
The crowd was so
Oregon's
loud on this
dead.
drive, man. It was so
And again,
loud.
rushing 2 with a spy.
And Jalen again. Nope. No,
Could
thank
have had
you.
a pick
Good
off
night.
there too, but that's all right.
Matt Hasselbeck tweet they're showing on the
Yes,
thing.
dude, like the whole country was watching this game. It was
I know.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We get some after.
That's right. We get a little after. A little Gardner
Yeah,
Minshew.
look at Gardner on the field. Oh, yeah. With his bloody hand and just, yeah, that was fun. Man, what a perfect day.
Yeah,
What
it was.
What a perfect day. Yeah.
What? So after the game, what did you go down on the field? What did you do? Because I did not.
So,
I feel too old for that, but maybe you did.
So my buddy and I were like, let's just like take in the moment at our seats. This guy shows up with it was a handle of Black Velvet. I don't know how people get these things in the stadium. But
That's amazing.
But a handle of Black Velvet. He's handing it to us. We're taking enormous pulls off of it. Just huge pulls. It's wanting to play the spring game on next. I'm just going to close that. We could do a football in 60 spring game.
Yeah, no.
But
I think we'll pass on that one.
But yeah, so I'm taking pulls, like big pulls, like celebratory pulls.
Yeah.
Off of it, and let's turn the TV off. We're just taking celebratory pulls off this Black Velvet. Finally, we were like, okay, once the crowd has died down, we go out to just take a few pictures on the field or whatever. Then we go back out to my friend's tailgate that we had hung out at halftime. We're drinking and stuff. I'm popping barrel-aged Fremonts and stuff. Then that Black Velvet hits me, and I'm like, I need to sit down.
Uh-oh.
And so I sat down for like a solid hour, and then we went out to Valhalla. Because why not? We got up at 3:30. Why not stay out till 1:30?
Time to rally.
And then I got home, and I'm pretty sure the replay was on, or something, or they were playing the highlights. I watched those, and then I went to sleep. It was, just a perfect day.
Yeah, like I stayed in my seats just because I just kind of wanted to take it all in.
Yeah, that's why we did that at first. We're just
I mean, I've spent plenty of, I've been down on the field I was down on the field in '97 at the Apple Cup when we went to the Rose Bowl. That was that was one of the great memories of my sports fandom was that when we knew we were going to the Rose Bowl. But for this, I just kind of wanted to just kind of take it in. So I just kind of stood there and watched the students stream on the field. And I just thought, what an awesome memory for them. And then watching them sing, back home when that went on after the game. I don't know, man, just a cool day, special day, unbelievable ending. I mean, did have that little hiccup there in the third quarter and early in the fourth, which was sort of the downturn we were all waiting for. But it honestly, that's the hilarious part is it never got within a touchdown.
Yep.
It never got that close.
It got within a touchdown.
That's what I mean, though. Like, it never got closer than the touchdown. That's what I was trying to say. Never got closer than the touchdown. So, it was never that
touchdown,
close.
And we had the ball.
Right, and we had the ball. So, it just, even the down stuff wasn't that bad. And, the whole thing, start to finish, was really kind of like a fairy tale. And I'm really glad I got to experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Hey, B, can you give us a Go Cougs? Go Cougs? No, she's being shy. She's looking
at the microphone.
She knows what a microphone is. She knows. She's like, no. Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun.
I hope you guys liked that.
Yeah, I hope you guys liked that. Jeff and I.
Maybe we'll do it again.
Yeah, just drinking beer, watching football, and talking about it.
I mean, if you tell us that you like it, then that's a good reason for me to tell my wife that I should go over to Craig's and watch football and record the game.
Yeah.
Or record our podcast.
Sounds great.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.